The Secret of Teams: What Great Teams Know and Do. By Mark Miller. Hello everyone. Today I am going to review the book, The Secret of Teams: What Great Teams Know and Do by Mark Miller. Developing high-performance teams. As an organizational framework, the team structure has been common throughout history. Most people have been team members in some context, though often they haven't enjoyed it. Most teams don't achieve cohesion, much less top results, though that should be every team's goal. Here's how one leader and her rapidly improving executive team revolutionized their company's teams. Debbie Brewster, team builder. As her firm's head of leadership development, superstar manager Debbie Brewster understood the importance of high-performance teams. Her mission was to improve her current, substandard team, a project she had completed successfully at her previous job. Her CEO, Jeff Brown, who was also her mentor, told her the overall corporation was having trouble building effective teams. Debbie's concerns about her team paralleled Jeff's worries about the productivity of all the company's teams across its international operations. Jeff asked Debbie to investigate what factors make teams great. He predicted that she would discover that solid teams share some universal attributes. He suggested studying superior teams outside the company and investigating how to build quality teams in-house. He also told Debbie to analyze the team-building success she had achieved at her old job and apply it to her new one. Pursuing high-performance teams as a strategy for improved performance is messy and extremely challenging. Debbie reviewed the assignment with her team members. After some discussion, they decided to study 3 organizations: a pit crew from NASCAR, the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, the U.S. Army's Special Forces, and a restaurant chain. When Debbie shared her research plan with Jeff, he suggested beginning the search for the qualities of a productive team by talking to his friend, Roger Grant, a retired Special Forces brigadier general. Debbie and 2 of her team members, Tom and Javier, went to see General Grant. Special Forces' secret to success. Meeting with the general at his home, Debbie asked if he could teach her and her colleagues how to create a high-performance team. Roger replied that in the U.S. Army's Special Forces, superior teams depend on 3 pillars: selection of personnel, training, and esprit de corps, or group spirit. According to the retired general, teams should bring aboard new members who have the right aptitudes and attitudes. Training them well is critical. The Special Forces, which he called a training machine, teach people to handle their individual jobs, to assume certain tactical roles, to make good decisions and to solve problems, as well as giving them the skills to act quickly, correctly and expertly in hazardous circumstances. Constant training enables Special Forces teams to reduce the unpredictability of life and death outcomes. Without talent, the team is clearly limited. Without skills, talent will be wasted. And without community, the team never reaches that elite level of performance. The retired general then discussed esprit de corps, the secret sauce of high-performance teams. He said that because of their mutual bonds, Special Forces troops are willing to sacrifice their lives for their team members. But, Roger explained, you cannot train people to have an intense team bond. Such feelings develop within the hearts of individuals. Esprit de corps is essential when a team hits a difficult challenge, and no team can operate at an optimum level without it. Living with the NASCAR race team. Sally and Bob, 2 other members of Debbie's team, joined her on a visit to a NASCAR racing team's headquarters in North Carolina. Sam Perkins, the team leader, promised that his pit crew, the squad of mechanics who maintain the cars, and who change the tires and pump gas on the fly during races, would provide an excellent demonstration of superior teamwork. For his pit crew, Sam said, quality teamwork depended on fit, practice, and doing life together. The more decisions a leader makes, the further he or she is from leading a high-performing team. Sam explained that new crew members must align with the team's needs. They must be coachable and have the right attitude. To ensure that a pit crew aspirant will fit in, Sam's staff checks each applicant's resume and references before hiring. New team members start in entry-level jobs, and the most promising eventually move up to the pit crew. Skills represent the critical element that separates wannabe teams from real teams. After fit, Sam said, comes practice. We race 36 times a year, but we practice for hours virtually every week. Since the pit crew has only about 13 seconds to change a car's tires, fuel it and get it back in the race, each pit crew member must do his or her job perfectly, in total harmony, with no wasted motions. Sam's team carefully measures every pit crew task. We're always striving to beat our best. To shave off just one more second that the car is in the pit, said Sam. You can create the right environment, but you can't force it on people. The third important team-building component for his racing crew is doing life together. The team members think of each other as kin who share life's highs and lows. We are raising our kids together, taking care of our aging parents, sharing the joys and the tragedies of life together, said Sam. We travel together. We play and we drink together. We win and lose together. Restaurant results. Everything rises and falls on leadership. High-performance teams are no exception. Amber, the team leader, explained that having a good process helped team members perform at their best. Their procedures included regular meetings, a routine review of action items, group problem solving, and quarterly staff appraisals. Amber also teaches her team members about the business's main issues. She pointed out that many restaurant workers move from job to job, and many leave the business entirely after a time. But I know what I plan to do the next 25 years, she said. My success and my quality of life are forever linked with the success of this leadership team. To her, that requires hiring talented people from the start. Team building lessons. As Debbie and her team evaluated their interviews, the core information was clear instantly. Each organization listed the same three crucial components of team building: talent, skills, and community. You need just the right people with solid abilities to make a quality team. Your team members need to develop and refine their capabilities. And the members must truly care about each other. When you combine these elements, you have the perfect recipe for a top team. Each element is essential. Teams with only talent or skills or community, but not the other two elements, will not reach their potential. Debbie realized that she'd used these same principles to build up her old team. Your team will never perform at the highest possible level if the members of the team don't exhibit genuine care and concern for one another. Now she and her team had to communicate what they'd learned company-wide. While recruiting talented people and upgrading their skills were relatively straightforward concepts, the idea of developing a community among team members was harder to convey. Debbie's team brainstormed ideas and came up with some advice. Take your time. Don't force community down people's throats. Help others on your team. Make the team's goals more important than any individual's. Form a bond with your teammates. And, from the racing team's playbook, never stop looking for ways to do life together. If you can approach the idea of teams with fresh eyes, you could be on the verge of a tremendous breakthrough. The challenging process of reaching the firm's hundreds of teams in multiple countries represented a major change management initiative. Debbie and Jeff met to discuss ways to spread the word. When Debbie referred to the goal of developing high-performance teams, Jeff explained that this was not a goal, but a strategy. He then laid out a proper goal. We're pursuing high-performance teams to enhance results, since results are the focus of the entire corporation. Practice is how we build skills, speed, and consistency. Debbie and Jeff agreed to begin with a pilot program. Debbie's team invited 25 team leaders from across the company to a meeting where she detailed their high-performance team concepts and explained how team leaders could implement them. Following the conference, the leaders returned home with new enthusiasm and began to institute the Change Management Initiative. After their careful research, analysis, and hard work, Debbie and her team members were pleased that many pilot teams reported making real strides in adopting high-performance team concepts. Of course, not every pilot succeeded right away. Debbie and her team quickly learned that just passing along information is not enough. People had to want to change. Like any other big change management initiative, adoption of new team concepts is a marathon, not a sprint. Community is the realization that you are not alone on the journey. Debbie and her teammates felt that they had learned how to work together at an optimum level. Jeff echoed that achievement later when he applauded the pilot teams, their leaders, and Debbie and her team. Emphasizing the importance of their team-building efforts, he said their strong work in developing great teams would boost the corporation's overall performance. "We need you, and your teams, to rise to the occasion and take command of our future," Jeff explained. How does your team measure up? Assess yourself as a leader and your team as a unified force in terms of talent, skill, and community bonding. Stay aware of the traits you want your team members to develop to be more effective. Ask each individual to do the same. Confer with your team members on ways that you and they can improve. Ideally, team members will cultivate the following 3 characteristics. Characteristic 1. Talent. Your team members think holistically about your business operations. Each person strives to be a consummate team player while exercising individual dedication to the company and to professional and personal development. Each team member works in a capacity that is ideally suited to his or her special abilities. Characteristic 2. Skills. The team is an obedient, focused problem-solving force. It expertly employs reliable data, holds timely and effective meetings, and successfully eliminates internal conflict. Each team member has developed the skills to perform his or her job well. Characteristic 3. Community. Team members know one another's professional and personal stories and sincerely care about each other. When someone achieves something special, all team members celebrate. Each team member serves and supports the others at all times, inside and outside the office. Team leadership. To pull talent, skill, and communal bonding together, a team leader must share a specific vision for the team's future, assign responsibility to all team members, and assume that each team member will expertly manage his or her work. The leader sets firm team limits and constantly boosts and inspires each person. Next steps. Now that you know what constitutes a high-performance team, follow the 5 steps below to turbocharge the teams within your organization. Your employees will come out ahead, and so will your leaders, your shareholders and your customers. Everyone wins. Evaluate your current reality. How good are your company's teams now? Does true teamwork prevail? Assess your team's talent. You need the right people to build good teams. Assess your team's skills. How capable are your troops? How can you improve their skills? Build genuine community. Expend attention and focus to unify your people. Lead at the next level. As your teams become stronger, they will rely less on the people who lead them. To a notable degree, members of high-performance teams lead themselves. As a result, your leaders will spend less time monitoring performance and more time teaching, inspiring and setting the vision for their teams. Takeaways. Just about everyone has been a member of a team at one time or another. Unfortunately, this is a negative experience for many people. However, membership on a high-performance team can be exceptionally satisfying. Most great teams achieve excellence in remarkably similar ways. Superior teams have 3 core elements in common. Talented individuals with proven skills who share a strong sense of community. These 3 elements combine synergistically, and each one is essential. Talent is vital. Teams need capable people to achieve peak performance. Members must have outstanding skills that they constantly improve. Team members must treat each other as family to maintain their motivation. Results tell the story of any high-performance team. Please like, share and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.